Hey guys, I'm back with another action figure review, and today we're going to take a look at the DC Multiverse Green Lantern Jessica Cruz figure from Rebirth as well, and the first figure of Jessica Cruz, right? I'm not missing one. I know Simon Baz had a DC Collectibles figure, but I don't think Jessica Cruz ever got one, so this is her first appearance as an action figure. She's a cool character in my opinion, and I have read a few books with her, but not a lot, and I haven't read much of her in Rebirth, so I would like to, but I don't have a lot of insight for you on that front, so I'm going to jump right into the figure. I'm going to compare her with so we never got a Mattel Simon Baz, so I'm going to compare her with a Mattel Hal Jordan Green Lantern figure instead, to just kind of get a feel for how she looks with like the other Green Lanterns. And she does have some accessories to show you, so maybe I'll do that before jumping into the figure. Her first accessory is she has a power battery, which is really cool. It actually spins around on that, or the handle moves. So if you have it sitting on the ground, the handle can move down and have it like sitting next to her, or you can have her hold it, and she will do that. And then it kind of sits a little crooked when you have her hold it, because it wiggles like that. I'm not really sure why they did that. There you go, you can straighten it out. So that's a cool accessory. I really think it's cool that she has that. She does have the sculpted ring on her finger, so I will show that closer. You can do all sorts of stuff with that if you want. So I think that's a really cool accessory, and you could probably, I guess a power battery is a power battery. I don't think hers looks any different, so you could probably use this with Hal or any other Green Lanterns if you wanted that didn't come with one. But she also comes with these, I guess they're Green Lantern constructs, and there are 4 of them. She has these like viney lime green constructs, and they can wrap around her arms and legs. I'm not really sure like which direction is ideal, but I'm just going to pop like a couple on there so you can see what they look like. And so like I said, I haven't been really up on my reading of this character, despite liking what I have read of her. And so I'm not really 100% sure what's up with these constructs. They're like I said, they're like lime green, so they don't look like your typical constructs where they're like a clear green. And this one, I'm not really sure what to do with this leg one. we'll just leave that there. So they're like a lime green. I guess, I don't know if that's because they're supposed to look like they're like glowing, or if she has some sort of something, like ability or something that makes them look this way. And I'm not really sure what they are because, whoop, man down, woman down. Because they're not, like, you have like a fist with the John Stewart DCUC, or you have like the DC collectibles, the DC icons one of Hal Jordan that has like all the stuff that goes on him, like a suit. Those, they make sense. They look like, these are just they look like vines or like energy. And so I kind of wonder, I know that this character has like anxiety, and I kind of wonder if these are just her anxiety manifesting as a construct sort of thing. No idea, that's just me guessing. But they're kind of cool, and like I said, they wrap around her like arms and legs and stuff. Wasn't quite nailing the leg one, but the arm one wraps on easily. So they're kind of cool. They're rubbery, like I said, and they're solid lime green. So, it's neat to have. I feel like you could also probably use these for like poison ivy or something if you wanted, as vines. So, I'm never going to complain about getting more accessories. They could have just given us just this or just the vines or whatever. So it's nice to have more. So let's jump into the figure now. I'm going to zoom in on the face and the body and show you that. So the face, the whole head sculpt, I feel leaves a little bit to be desired for me. I don't know what it is. I don't know if her face just looks a little underdone. Her lipstick looks a little messy to me. Her face just doesn't look super expressive. It looks a little small, and I think that might just be compared to the hairstyle. I don't know. I feel like it looked different in the prototype, and it looked a lot better. But the Green Lantern symbol around her eye looks good. And her skin tone's alright. Her symbol on her chest looks good. Very cleanly painted. She's got, you know, some green. Her suit is like green and black, kind of all the way down the torso and on the shoulders. And then she has white gloves, a little bit of green striping there. It's all pretty clean. She has the ring on her right hand, which, I mean, you know, we've seen this on several figures before, and it's never, you know, brilliant, but it does the job. She has black all the way down her legs until she has the white boots. So my only issue with this is that it looks like they do the same thing that I see Hasbro do a lot, where her calves, for example, oops, and her lower arms, the majority of them are white, and yet it looks like they cast them in the black to match the joints with like the knee here and the elbow here, and then paint the white on. And when they do that, it often comes across as it comes off sloppy for one, and a lot of times the white or whatever color they're painting over the black, just they have to do so many layers of it for it to look good. And oftentimes Hasbro does a really poor job of it. I'm gonna zoom back out now. I have to say, looking at this, Mattel did a lot better of a job than Hasbro usually does. But yet, I still wonder if they could just cast in the white and paint the black and, you know, do enough work, do enough, like, sand, you know, as we would sand the joints down for a custom, make room to paint the black joint and call it a day. I don't know. It just seems weird to me to cast in black and then paint over it like this. But like I said, Mattel did a pretty decent job of it, especially compared to Hasbro. I wish I could name some figures off the top of my head, but I'm not thinking of any. But this looks like solid white, and it's very clean. So props to Mattel for that. So yeah, overall she looks pretty good. Like I said, I wish the head sculpt was a bit better. I don't know what it is about it that's bothering me. I feel like it's the hair. I feel like the hair just kind of is it's not a good style, and it's making her head look a little small. But overall, well done. So, I'm going to run through the articulation, which is the same as Batwoman. Unfortunately, she also has, like, loose issues. This joint is very loose on both figures. The legs are kind of hit or miss. Like, this knee right here is very, very loose. I don't know what it is. Mattel needs to give that a little work, in my opinion. But anyway, her head can move all the way down. It will move back as far as the hair allows. It will go all the way around. You can even make her look like Cousin It. Her arms will go all the way up, down. No bicep swivel, but you do have the swivel in the elbow. And you can bend the elbow. You have the twist and hinge at the wrist, which is cool. She has like an open hand here to hold her power battery, and she has a closed fist on this hand with the ring. Then you have the same as Batwoman, this weird diaphragm joint that has a gap in it. It has a gap no matter what you do, but depending on the pose, it looks worse. The front, it looks okay from the front for the most part, until you move her back, and she has a gap right here now. A literal hole that I can stick like my finger in, and it's very strange. But back here, she has a gap no matter what you do. Granted, you can't really see it unless you're posing her from looking at her behind. You have the hips that will go out that far. Not full splits like Superman, unfortunately, but pretty far. A little farther than Hasbro, I think, does. And they go forward and a little back. You have the cut at the thigh. You have the double jointed knee that will go that far. Very smooth, and like I said, very loose on this one. And then you just have the hinge at the ankle. It'll go very far forward, a little bit back, and that's that. So, yeah. Overall, I do still like this figure a lot. I like the direction that Mattel is going. I just think they need a little bit more attention to I don't know if it's, you know, just however they chose to sculpt this, or it's just a quality issue, but since it's present on both this and the Batwoman, that's a terrible pose, don't mind me. I'm trying to get her to kind of stand as we're doing this. also terrible. But anyway, like I said, these need some work. Well, because they are a bit loose and they do fall over. And she doesn't even have a cape, so it's not like her heavy cape is weighing her down in this case. It's just that her knee gets a little loose and she falls over. Because this is a pretty flat surface that I'm on and she shouldn't be falling. But she does. So, like I said, Mattel needs to do a little work on this. Better quality control on the new joints. Maybe they just need to be, a little, like, thicker. Like, the knee needs a little more support in that joint. I don't know. But I hope they figure it out. And I'm looking forward to seeing what the new figures look like down the line now, because they are pumping them out. They have a new wave right after this, the Lex Luthor Rebirth wave. They have the deluxe figures coming. There's these rumored Teen Titans supposedly deluxe figures that I don't think are going to be deluxe, but we'll see. So yeah, stay tuned for the Clayface review, and hopefully more reviews in the future now that I'm kind of getting back in the swing. I hope I can stick with it. I probably won't review every figure that I purchase, but some standouts and things. And maybe some other kind of videos on my channel. But yeah. This has been my review of the DC Multiverse Jessica Cruz Green Lantern figure from the Rebirth comics. And from the Clayface Collect and Connect wave. Stay tuned for that review. And thank you so much for watching again, guys. See you next time. Bye. Hey guys, I'm back at the end of this review to show you the comparison to a DCUC Green Lantern figure, because I said I was going to, and then I forgot. Oh, I told you it's been a while. So here, the Jessica Cruz figure is with a DCUC Green Lantern Hal Jordan figure. Like I said, there's no Simon Baz DCUC figure, so this is what I'm going to just throw in there. Hopefully they do give us one eventually. But you can see here that they are kind of scaling these female figures a little too big. I don't think that Jessica Cruz is... She's about the same height as Hal here. And I think she's quite a, she's a little shorter in the comics. So, yeah, that's a little off. But I imagine if they do ever make a Simon Baz figure, that he will probably be at least the totally new lower body like the DC Rebirth Superman was. In which case they can maybe lengthen the legs just a hair to kind of have him stand just a little taller than her. But, yeah, that was my... comparison, and I'm sorry I totally forgot to put that in the review. So if you stayed to the end here you go, you got it. Thank you so much for watching, guys, and I'll see you in the next one.